want to bring in Democratic State Representative Donna McLeod of Georgia. Representative McLeod, thank you for being with us. I want to pick up where the mayor left off, and others have said this. The law can be changed. This is not too late for Georgia, but is the Republican Party in Georgia feeling the effects of these letters, of these things that the major corporations have said, of the MLB pulling out of Atlanta for the All-Star game? Do you feel that it is having an effect on them in terms of their decision-making?
I don't know if it's having an effect on them based on their further decision making, but it's having an effect because the statement made by the governor as well as the Speaker of the House was clear that this dog is hollering because it got hit. And I think that it's important for us to stay vigilant about this. This bill, again, took 1 week to get through the legislation. And of course, I think that it's a reactionary bill, actually, because we were getting up to 2,000 emails per day from the Stop the Steal, the folks that believe that Donald Trump deserved to be the winner when he lost. And so we endured quite a bit. And the fact that they were, in some ways, some of the emails were threatening. We had gone through a lot, and the governor, the Speaker of the House, and the Republicans in the legislative branch all basically were reactionary to a big lie from the big fat lie.
Are you, we look at the efforts of the voting registration and voter rights efforts in Georgia, helped along by a number of prominent women in your state that did lead to the victory for President Biden and 2 Senate victories in Georgia. Now you are joined by a number of other forces, but there was a letter that was sent by 72 black executives. I think there are some Americans who are amazed that there were 72 black executives, but the fact is they joined forces in a way that you don't always see to say this is going to stop. And that seems to have been influential in getting a number of these companies to come on board.
People underestimate the power of the black dollar, and we are flexing that muscle. And yes, for those who did not know, there was 72 business executives. Yes, there are a lot of powerful black African Americans in the business world. And I think that we have to take a stand on this. We cannot let the fact that we can afford a few more things or, live in nice homes and cars and drive nice cars to influence us in our civic responsibility. We know that this republic started without us at the table. And so for us, we have to be very vigilant of making sure that this republic never forgets that where it started, but where we want it to go. And I think it's important for us to make sure that we stand up and never go backwards in our republic. And if you're going to have a constitutional democracy, you have to have one that believes that the people's participation is the ultimate way to achieve that.
Donna McLeod, do you think that this can go further? There's still the Senate Bill 1 and Senate Bill 4. If there is this kind of power and money prepared to join this effort for free voting, why stop in Georgia? Why not go all the way to the United States Senate?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, at this point in time, I would love to see us repeal the bill in Georgia, the SB 202. But at this point, I think that we are more on solid ground to look at the federal government, because again, when Section 4 was taken down by the Supreme Court back in 2013, the pre-clearance, we end up in a situation where so many states started doing the suppression, voter procession laws. And I think that right now, the federal government needs to pass these pieces of legislation, SR1 and the Congressman Lewis's Voting Rights Act, in order to really make voting solvent and making sure that we do not go back from state to state to state. It's not just the 13 original slave states that are doing these suppression laws. There are other states that are doing it. We definitely impressed upon the business community before the law was signed, before the bill was signed into law, but it went on deaf ears. But I'm grateful that they are stepping up. And this is one area that they can help in putting pressure on Congress to pass these legislation that will actually help to make sure the states stay in check. And it's so very important that voting is free, it's accessible, and it's easy. These long lines are unacceptable. I live in Gwinnett County, and that is what we've endured for years.
It does feel like something of a turning point in this movement. So thank you for joining us, State Representative Donna McLeod of Georgia. Always my pleasure to talk to you. Thank you, ma'am.